Hey, just double checking. You cleared your calendar for dinner tomorrow night, right? I'm dying to go to that new place. Like, I can't. Oh, sorry. Dinner tomorrow? Me. Yeah! Okay.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was close. Mara. Oh no!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
That's what I felt like in the chat because I was watching your stream on my phone, and I'm kind of listening to you, and I'm doing something on my second monitor, and I hear, "Oh, I haven't set the stream up yet. Let me go do that." And I'm like, "Steph, it's on my channel," and I calmly said that in the chat. Steph, it's on my channel. It's on my channel, Steph. Steph, it's on my channel. Read the chat, Steph. Like you went through the process of setting it up, and I'm like, Steph, it's on my channel.
I even I set this. I made a thumbnail for today, and I should have just sent you the thumbnail then, because I made a whole thumbnail and everything, and it has stuff that we're gonna talk about. I should have just sent you the thumbnail. Like, oh, here, I made one. I went out of my way, made the thumbnail, got like tabs galore. I think I have like 20 open because I was like, okay, it's on my channel. I'm researching. And Mara, by the way, I'm a circle.
I know, but I'm gonna before I do that,
you're doing it on purpose. You're doing it on purpose now. As like punishment.
Yeah, they'll teach you a lesson. They'll teach you a lesson. Where's here? Look at this.
So many things for today.
Yeah, but look at this, chats. Look at this. All right, hold on, I gotta open up my other window. See.
Oh my gosh.
What's that say there?
I can't see. Hold on.
Streamed 13 days ago. Which means
it's too small for my eyes. All right, well, she said it. I don't need to put my glasses on.
Yeah. It's streamed 13 days ago.
I can't see. Mara, did you count how many Talk Nerdies that we've done?
No.
I have.
Because I've been a little busy. But I'm going to do it over Thanksgiving.
Well, to be fair, all I did was add like all of the ones that haven't been added to my playlist. I just added those, and it counts for you. But I still went through the process. No, I still went through the process of like looking for all of our Talk Nerdies. Do you know how many we've done?
Well, that's just on your channel alone, but how many?
Yeah, on my channel alone. Hold on. Playlists. We've done 90.
So I think, I imagine because before we started switching back and forth, it was primarily on my channel. So I'd say we're pushing 200 at least.
I know. Can you imagine if we get to 200 by the end of the year? And here's what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. I want to actually go through them and number them. So I'll start at 2 and I'll do 2, 4, 6, 8, episode 2, 4, and I'll just redo the titles. Mara's I am not doing that.
I'm not going through that. No, more power to you if you want to do that. I'll count them. That's the extent of my effort.
I want to do because I want to be oh my gosh, episode blah 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 blah.
How about beginning next year? Once we know the total by the end of this year, we can say, hey, this is
no. Okay, look. If you give me access to your channel, I'll edit yours, and I'll even put them all in a playlist.
All right. Okay. Which I should do that. Set up I know how to set up a playlist.
I'll do it.
So
I'll organize your channel.
She just wants access to my shit so she can like mess with it on the back end.
I'm not gonna mess with any. I've given you access to my stuff before. I'm not gonna mess with you with your stuff.
I know, but welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Again, I'm gonna play this again because like this is like what I felt like.
What?
Oh my god! Oh my god, that was close. Mara! Oh no!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
That's not even fair. I was so confident that it was on my stream today, or that it was on my channel today. I was so confident.
I know.
Damn it.
Anyway,
so
but before I say hello to the chat, we got a few things to talk about. Primarily, like not solely, but primarily, a little movie came out that was a part 2 of a movie that dropped last year. Now I have my thoughts on this, but I'm coming from the prospect of seeing it for the first time, so I don't know the book, I don't know the musical. But Wicked for Good dropped. I watched a special copy. And on top of that, I also watched Sisu, Road to Revenge. So I watched 2 movies. I have thoughts on both, but we'll primarily be talking about Wicked for Good because both of us saw it.
Yeah.
And Seth has not watched Sisu, Road to Revenge yet.
I haven't watched the first one, but I heard both were good.
Both were good. Both were really good. I think like the second one, at least in terms of his character, is better because it's more personal. Because you get more of a like development as far as what happened to him during the war, what made him what he was, sort of thing. But the first one is very good. Now, Predator Badlands could very likely be costing Disney money. No shocker there, basically, because it was a huge drop from week 1 to week 2. But we'll see. We'll see what the article says. Paramount. Apparently, like there was a not apparently, but there was a Last Action Ronin movie planned. And for those who do not Last Ronin movie planned. And for those who don't know it, Last Ronin is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic set in the future. And that was going to be.
It.
Oh no, I'm just saying this is set in the future, but it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And there was going to be a live action adaptation of it, and that's since been canceled with plans to do a different live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. You have set photos coming out of the Werewolf movie, basically the new Robert Eggers movie that he will be filming. For those who don't know Robert Eggers necessarily, he's known for The Witch, Nosferatu. And he's doing a werewolf film set in the 13th century. As from rumor, it's supposed to have genuine 13th century dialect, basically. So we'll see how that is. If that rumor is true, that'll be pretty cool. So we'll see. And a little update on the Sleepaway Camp script. It is finished. The Sleepaway Camp remake is finished. So, but that's what I have. I know Steph has some topics because she had planned a whole bunch of tabs
because I thought it was on my. Just say I thought it was on my channel. So
I know. The one time she was prepared, it's not on her channel. But she at least has tabs.
I am always prepared, madam.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind Kenan Thompson being involved necessarily because it's from what I can tell, he's primarily just producing it. So, and he's never demonstrated, like, to me at least, any, hesitation, basically. Like, any cause for me to be hesitant about, what he could bring to the, I don't think a remake needs to be done. But at the same time, it's like, he's not like Jordan Peele, where it's like, I see Jordan Peele's name, and it's like, instant red flag to me as far as what the movie's going to be like. Like, Kenan Thompson's like, never been like that to me. So, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I'm say hello to the chat. I have alcohol, so super chats. If you send super chats, I will be chugging this because I need this alcohol to get through Wicked for Good. Again.
Oh my goodness. I have lemons because Mara's a sourpuss.
I'm just gonna keep shaking this anyway. Let's scroll back. All right, from the top, I see Trey. What is up? So hold on, I'm gonna scroll back and pin that PayPal message chat. So if you choose to go through PayPal, not YouTube, I'm not saying you have to, but some people prefer to do that rather than give YouTube money. That is my PayPal. Appreciate it. Anthony, I know one thing you're going. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Wicked for Good. That was a given. That was a freaking given.
Lemons.
Hey, Jaluk. Hello, lurking. Yeah, KFC in Mexico of all places, and KFC in Mexico is doing a Stranger Things collab with Stranger Sauce. I'm getting spicy. Yeah, I don't know what the flavor of the sauce is, but it's a collab in Mexico with KFC and Stranger Things. So, what it is. Phil, hello. Sandro, Mara, you need to understand that Steph doesn't simply read chats. She feels them. Granted, she was kind of numbed during her stream, but eventually she checked the chat on every platform except this one.
I wasn't numb.
Well,
I was trying to
in the zone. You were in the zone.
I was in the zone.
You need to be snapped out of it.
Here's a habit. I have a habit during my streams with Disbrew, during my gaming streams with Disbrew, and it is to pay attention so I don't get yelled at. Okay.
I noticed. I very much noticed. Because I was praying to God, please just look at the chat once, just once.
If you would have called me, I wouldn't have heard it either because my phone's on
I was so tempted to call you. I was in the chat going, I'm about to call her. I'm about to call her.
My phone was on silent and it was over. I usually keep it right here next to me over here so I can see it when it lights up. But it was on this side. But yeah, that's why I'm looking at the chat more, but when Disper and I started gaming, I would get in so much trouble because I'm awful at gaming because I'm a terrible gamer. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pay attention.
Speaking of, there's a game that I have on my Steam wish list that if I'm gifted, I'm going to play it, and I think you should try it too. Maybe Arc Raiders. I've seen gameplay of it. It looks really fun. Yeah, it's like an extraction game, basically looter extraction game.
I think was it Beardo. I think Beardo was talking about it.
We might have been, but I was watching Lethal and Mazza play, and it looks really fun. Basically, you loot these different areas. Basically, it's multiplayer, so you can interact with other players. So it's it's online, and which means that other players can kill you if they so choose and loot your bodies. But it looks, like I said, really fun. You can even go in by yourself, as a solo, so you don't have to have a squad filled if you choose to. So I've seen people go in by themselves. But yeah, so I think along with Battlefield 6, playing Arc Raiders, that would be an interesting stream.
Beardo, Jeremy, and X-Wing played. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they played Arc Raiders. That's right. I know he was talking about it, but I haven't even looked.
Well, I'll show it I'll show the Steam page basically, so you can get an idea. Even without sound, you should be able to get an idea of what to expect. Mike, hello. Let's see. Yep, Nerdy Raid, hello. Risk It for the Biscuit. DS Eagles, hello. Hurts Donuts. We were a little late. Psychotic Mongoose, what is up? Mark Santos, why does YouTube do this? You have to have the @ and not the name.
They changed it.
I know they changed it, then they changed it back, and then they changed it again, and then changed it back, and then it's
yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah. Wiley Dave, hello. If I missed anyone, I do apologize because going through everything. Truth Warrior, hello. Cappy Nova, what is up? Bruce, hello. Terra Crystal. No, I didn't put my Dorothy cosplay on. For one, it's packed up because I had to put some things away.
I need to look at Beardo's stream. He was telling me about Arc Raiders, but asked me if I was going to play it, and I was like, I don't know.
Well, I'll show it to you. Let's see. Making sure I don't miss anyone. I'm trying to go through. JM, hello.
Just-
Orb on the Movements of Earth is a fantastic anime, highly recommended. Which streaming service is that on?
What?
The anime that I'm asking JM, the anime that he recommended, Orb
Oh.
on the Movements of the Earth.
Do you know what show I've been watching? I was watching it because Kara. I went over to hang out with her, and she was like, "Let's watch the show Pluribus." Have you heard of it? People have been talking about it, and so I was like,
I've
"Okay, I'll
not
watch
heard
it."
of it. Hey, Matthew.
The premise is really interesting, but the main protagonist is a bitch Karen.
Oh, great!
Like there's nothing redeemable about her. You're rooting against her. You want her to get sucked into like the whole mind thing that they've got, just so she'll shut up and be a little bit likable. Like she's awful. She is awful.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna give
why
it
and how did they think that this was a good character? Because the premise is pretty cool. It's interesting. There's like mystery there, but like she ruins it. She's so unlikable.
They just don't know how to write women nowadays. Are the writers women? Because for some reason,
I haven't looked into it.
because women don't know how to write women, which is ironic, basically. Because
ow, oh my god,
men have been written better female characters. Hey, Steve, hello. Let's see.
Oh, I just broke my nail. I don't know how I did that.
I'm getting my nails done again tomorrow. They've grown so much it actually almost hurts typing on my computer.
They're pretty though.
They're pretty, yeah, they're still pretty, but they've grown so long. There's like space between the nail bed and where the polish starts. So I'm like,
Az has been loving Arc Raiders. I haven't watched anybody play that. I need to watch. A broken nail. Oh no, it hurt. It hurt.
It hurts.
It hurt. You didn't see me jump. Ouch.
Well, I don't know if Steph's going to start singing. We'll see. Matthew, was it good like the first Wicked for Good? In my opinion, no. In my opinion, I don't want to spoil too much necessarily right now, but in my opinion, no, it was not as good. It was not good. So they dropped the ball, I think, with Wicked for Good.
Is Arc Raiders the game that Burnt Peanut's been playing?
Yeah, that's where like the whole like gang war.
Okay, now I know what it is. Okay.
We're Team Burnt Peanut.
Yes, the Team Burnt Peanut. Oh my god.
That's exactly the game, basically. That's exactly the Bungulators.
I literally I just pulled it up on Steam and I was like, wait a second, I've seen this before.
Yep. The Bungulators. Yes, we are Team Burnt Peanut. So. Well, I'd say it's a revenge fantasy type film, so there's going to be embellishment on what a tank can and cannot do, basically. I mean, hell, he went. I'm not remind. He's like the things happen in the movie that defies logic, defies normalcy, defies what you think something can do, basically. But I suspend disbelief because, like I said, it's revenge fantasy. Now we'll talk about Badlands. I haven't seen it. I've seen enough of it. I've seen enough talk about it to know what it's like. We'll talk about the fact it's losing Disney money. Hey, Phil? That'd be amazing. Well, it would be amazing if I trusted the people adapting it, basically. So.
Sonic says Team Burnt Peanut. That's how you know YouTube algorithm is still keeping us all in a social bubble.
Yep. You have your doubts about the Sleepaway Camp movie? I mean, I have my doubts too, because a remake is not needed, and if you've seen the movie, you know the ending, so it's going to be like, would they really go that far with that movie? Or would it turn into like some pro-type message? And I don't want to say what that is because it spoils the end of the movie. I don't know. Like I said, I won't know. I have a little bit of faith because it's the original writer doing it. Now, I have yet to see anything. So that faith can, be that faith can be can remain, or it can be killed, basically. So we'll see. Tara's wondering if did you like the lemon and lavender whiskey?
I haven't been to my PO box, but I will go this week. I'll go tomorrow, actually.
Nice, Risky. You got to
Yeah,
meet
I haven't-
James Saito, Brian Tachi, and Kevin Scott from the 1990 movie. Awesome.
That's awesome.
I would love to do that.
That's cool. Kevin Scott's voice for Raphael is dope. I lost a sigh. I always remember that.
I love that. Like the actors themselves, or at least the voice actors, make cameos
I lost a sigh.
in the movie.
They made cameos in that Seth Rogen Ninja Turtle movie.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know that. But like even within like the 1990 movie, like the actors themselves have other roles, basically. Like the guy in the cab that nearly hits Raph, or hits Raph, like Raph rolls. That passenger is the guy that voices Raph. The guy delivering the pizza is the guy that voices Michelangelo.
Mm.
So it's like the actors
And he's
themselves.
talking to Michelangelo.
Yeah, and he's talking to Michelangelo. Like Raph is a passenger. Like the
I didn't
voice
know
of
that.
Raph is the passenger, and he's asking, "What was that?" And that's Raphael. So it's like
I didn't know that.
yeah. So
That's
like yeah,
cool.
like the voice actors, all the voice actors had all the parts in that movie. $2 super chat from Scattered Nights. Yeah, I'll take a swig of this if I can open it because of my fucking nails.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It'll be
God.
wonderful.
Promise tomorrow, one day with me will be wonderful. God damn. Anyway, take a swig of this.
What are you drinking?
Bloody Mary.
Ew. You
What?
would be drinking that.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
I'm the type of I don't drink. I don't want to say girly drinks, basically, but my like go-to, like whenever I would go out, space was like a Jack and Coke.
Well, I don't drink a lot of girly drinks either. Like I like whiskey, but Bloody Mary's gross.
Good, I like it. But
Bloody
then, yeah,
Mary is what you drink like when you wake up and have a hangover, right? At least that's what I thought.
I drank some. I drank some last night, and I did not wake up with a hangover. So, because I had to drink it while I was watching Wicked for Good.
Totally just shamed your choice of drink.
I know
I'm
you
sorry.
did.
I didn't mean to. I wasn't expecting you to say Bloody Mary. And that's just my instant reaction.
Ew. Arc Raiders is like a more casual third-person escape from Tarkov as an extraction shooter. Yeah, it's like basically a looter extraction shooter. Because you loot shit, you loot players. You can shoot down. You can shoot other players. You can shoot down like these arcs, and you have to extract by a certain time.
Escape. I don't even. Oh, okay.
So,
is it intense? Like Battlefield?
It can be if you interact with other players, but for the most part, it's like unless you interact with other players or deal with like the more the more difficult arc machines to take down, like I think one's called the Rocketeer. Basically, it's not really that tense. It's like a lot of it is like trying to find shit, and you'll have tasks because like at the hub, which is called Speranza. Different like NPCs will give you tasks they need you to do in different areas, and you get shit for doing those tasks.
Can you play by yourself?
Yeah, you can go in by yourself. Like I said, like it seems like from what I can tell, if you go in by yourself, not everyone, but for the most part, other players will be more chill. Like they won't shoot you like right off the bat, like on sight or anything like that. But if you're with a team, then chances are, yeah, they'll shoot you on sight.
Oh.
So, but you can't go in by yourself. It's a risk either way. So.
Sonic says Steph's going to play it for a brief moment. She's not that brave against other players.
Well, if she plays with like Disparu and me.
Differ. I beg to differ. I run into other players and I'm just like, ah.
In Battlefield 6, I'm calling her Leroy Jenkins from now on. And Steph is pretty much the canary you send down into mines to make sure it's safe? Steph is that canary.
I'm the canary in a coal mine. Listen.
Yeah. We send Steph ahead of us to know if it's safe or not.
When everybody's like, I can't find this person, I will run in and die in order for that person to be exposed, and then they kill them. I will run in and die to expose that person.
Yeah.
Just so you can find them. That is my contribution to the team.
Exactly, movie Man Rock McDonald, a lightheaded predator movie. No wonder it's underperforming. Yeah.
I'm surprised Steph knew that. The canary in the coal mine? I'm not stupid.
Let's see. They ruined Dorothy Tin Man and Cowardly Lion. Yes, in my opinion, they did. Team Burnt Peanut. Team Burnt Peanut all the way.
Did you see Burnt Peanut almost die to a cheeseburger?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, not that.
Burger. That's a delicious burger. The way his eyes like completely bugged out when he was choking. Had me rolling. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I doubt the remake will have the same impact as well. But like I said, there's an ending to it where I'm like, would they even go that far with the ending? Sort of situation. Oot Bassman, hello? Baseman, sorry. Why can't I read today? Because your avatar's... Yeah. See. I'm no Zima gal. Nope. Jack and Coke, Bloody Mary. Apollo! Arc Raiders looks boring. Game needs more Slavic weapons and tanks. Well, maybe they'll add that as skin.
Oh, is that Apollo?
Yeah,
like Apollo?
Yeah.
Bro,
Apollo.
What's up?
I think, yeah, Norse, they need more Slavic weapons and tanks. Maybe those can be skins.
Hi, Paul.
Yeah, this is another point Disprove brought up. Basically, extraction shooters can be rough because if you die, you lose all your gear. So whatever you found, you'll lose it if you die. That's why you need to extract as much as possible.
Oh, I found it. I don't care. I die. If I die, I die. I'm now busy with Rumble. Oh, okay. You've been over on Rumble. Nice. It's good to see you. Dude, Apollo's been here forever. Forever.
I know. I think it's the first time I'm seeing him in chat. So I'm hoping things are good for you.
Yeah. I hope you've been good. You've been busy with Rumble. You making content over there?
Mm-hmm. I almost grabbed my Bloody Mary. All right.
Look at the way his eyes bug out. What?
Turbo_Duda just subscribed.
There's two of them. Great.
Delicious burger. Oh, she's cooking.
This is so weird. I love it.
The way he takes such huge bites of his burger.
Another day, another dollar.
He said.
It's
Oh my God.
weird.
That was actually the closest I actually got to choking and dying in my entire life.
God.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm not even joking. I was actually about to get up and run over to the other room.
The way his eyes bugged out, I was dying laughing.
It looks weird, but it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, but let's get a certain where is it? Certain topic out of the way. Wicked for Good. Now, this $150 million is not, from what I can tell, not including the Thursday numbers, because when I looked at the numbers.com, if you include the Thursday numbers, it's actually nearly $181 million in the US for opening weekend.
Well, total 3-day gross is 185.
Yeah.
Here, look, here, share my screen. There's so much that's like broken down in this thing. Weekend box office. It's all so total 3-day weekend gross $185 million. And that's if you go down here. On Friday, it earned 68.9, Saturday 43, Sunday 37.8. This breaks it down for everything, dude. Like, look, 54% of the audience was Caucasian, 20% Hispanic. Like, it has all the demographics. Audiences were predominantly female, as expected, 71%, with 50% of that being in the 18 to 34 group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw parents bringing their kids to watch it because I went to go see Sisu Road to Revenge, and I was walking out of the theater to see these families with like young kids coming to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They even had their blankets, like they were gonna get comfortable in the theater seats while they watched the movie.
Yeah. Worldwide box office I don't even know how accurate that is, but 226.
Well, I'm saying I don't know like if they'll be adjusted for because like the international box office numbers might be adjusted, but right now because it says 150 million, that'd actually be closer to 250 something, like 257 million with the Thursday total. So, but we'll see what the international numbers.
I believe the budget for this movie was 150. So, yeah, with both movies combined, it's definitely going to, or if it already hasn't already, make its money back. And it still has all of those collaborations with all of those brands. I think they collabed with like over 300 brands or something. Now, there are some new collaborations this year that I'm seeing, but not as many as last year. I think they just rolled it out last year and continued on this year. Did you get a popcorn bucket? I didn't get a popcorn bucket.
I didn't see any at my local theater because my local theater is like not tied to like a big chain.
Yeah.
So I didn't see any special popcorn buckets.
So there were some popcorn buckets, but I didn't get. I wanted one, but the one that I wanted, they didn't have anymore. It's like the Glinda bubble one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They didn't have any more of those. Last year I got like the buckets that I wanted, and this year I didn't get the one that I wanted. So whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. But yeah. Wicked dazzles 150 million. Biggest debut for a Broadway adaptation. Biggest debut for a Broadway adaptation. It was always going to be the biggest debut because Wicked is the biggest moneymaker for Broadway. It's their biggest show. Their most popular show, the most profitable show that is still to this day touring. So yeah, it was always going to be huge just because it's Broadway's biggest show. It tops 225 million at the global box office. What else do I have? 226 million global. Oh, I hate when that does that. But yeah, it was always going to be big. All of the box office records broken here. Here we go. The biggest global and domestic opening for a movie based on a Broadway show. Biggest global domestic open for Ariana Grande ever and for Cynthia Erivo ever. Biggest global and domestic opening ever for filmmaker John M. Chu. Biggest opening musical for a feature by Steven Schwartz. Opening for producer Mark Platt. Biggest first day at the domestic box office for a movie based on a musical. Biggest domestic previews for a movie based on a musical. Biggest opening ever, November domestic box office for a movie based on a musical. And biggest opening at the 2025 box office behind a Minecraft movie. That's interesting. Second biggest opening for Universal behind Jurassic World, 2015's Jurassic World. Second biggest domestic opening prior to Thanksgiving behind The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. Isn't that the last movie of The Hunger Games?
I don't remember.
Or it's
I
probably
never really got into watching those. So I couldn't tell you.
oh. Second biggest global promotional partner campaign ever for a Hollywood studio at $330 million. Third highest opening for a movie musical of all time at the domestic box office, only behind The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast, and ahead of Moana 2. Third highest opening weekend at November box office after Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. Fourth global Hollywood movie opening in 2025 behind Jurassic World: Rebirth, Minecraft, and Lilo and Stitch, but ahead of Superman and the Fantastic Four. Fifth highest global opening. Fifth highest global opening of a musical of all time behind The Lion King, Moana 2, Frozen 2, and Beauty and the Beast, and ahead of Aladdin and The Little Mermaid. And 2024's Wicked. So this is even beating its own previous movie. But I mean, is it good though? And this is also with like all of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo's like weirdness as well. Their weirdness didn't affect the box office last year. I don't think that it's going to affect the box office this year. I think what will affect the box office could possibly be the movie itself, like word of mouth, maybe. You know, it could possibly potentially slow the box office down simply because like the first movie was so good that even I like went and saw it multiple times because it was just that good. The second movie is just not it's not as good. It's not as good. So like I wouldn't want to go see it in theaters multiple times. Like I saw it once and that was enough for me. I think like the rest of the time I'll probably see it here at home or something, but it's just it's not as good. But that's just that's just because Act 1 is stronger than Act 2. It's always been stronger than Act 2. Act 1 has all of the hits. Act 2 only has one good song. And it's not as good. It's not as good as Act 1. Act 1 is also longer than Act 2. Like the Broadway musical is longer than Act 2. So they would have had to, and they did, pad out the movie even more than the first movie. The first movie was beat for beat, like the stage play. Like beat for beat. It was like the stage play. It also had even more callbacks to the stage play than the second movie did. Second movie, they changed way too much. So there wasn't, yes, the lines from the show were in the movie, but it just wasn't like, it wasn't as good. They made way too many changes for it to be memorable like the first movie. Look at this. Look at Cynthia Erivo. Here, hold on. Wait. I don't know. I don't know who told her to wear those glasses. But they
$5 super chat from Mike Hill. Thank you so much. The red carpet grabber was deported and banned from his country, apparently.
Yes, he was. Yeah. He was. And he was banned from wherever they were. I don't remember where they were, but he got sent back to Australia. And he's banned from wherever they were. Yeah, from the whole country. He's just banned from the country.
Wow.
Look at when I first saw this, I'm not even joking, Mara. When she was angled this way, I thought those were her hands. Like this.
Well, she did that thing, so it's like she has like those Nosferatu claws.
I thought those were her hands because her nails are so long. I thought those were her hands. Like, I don't know who told her that this was a good look.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm wondering like what was going through her head that she agreed with it. Like, oh, I'll look awesome with that.
Oh man.
The biggest, okay. Speaking of Wicked for Good, again, I have never watched the musical until these movie adaptations. I haven't read the book, so I'm coming from the perspective of, like, like I said, growing up watching the 1939 Wizard of Oz, knowing the story and everything, basically. So I'll tell you, like, one thing that pissed me off in the second movie. What they did with the Tin Man. That ticked me off. Like I said, I'm coming from the premise of knowing the original story. So when I saw what they did and, like, his motivations and everything, I was telling Ms. Myron Muses during the D&D session today, I almost punched my monitor. Because I love the Tin Man. I love the Tin Man from the story. And his motivation is he thinks he doesn't have a heart. So that's why he wants to go see the wizard. He wants the wizard to give him a heart. All right? So, like, that's the story. That's the story of Wizard of Oz. Like, this Tin Man Wizard of Oz. So you got Tin Man's in it. The Cowardly Lion is in it, and the Scarecrow is in it, and I hate the Scarecrow shit. And Seth probably knows why I hated the Scarecrow shit. But I hated what they did with the Tin Man, alright? Now, does anybody care about spoilers? In chat? I doubt. Because if someone, like, doesn't want to know the reason why I hate what they did to the Tin Man. But basically, like I said, all right, in the story, the Wizard of Oz story, okay? The Tin Man, like I said, wants to go see the wizard because Tin Man, like, he believes he doesn't have a heart. All right, now I'm gonna go back a little bit. Basically, the underlying theme of the Wizard of Oz is, like, you already have what you believe you're missing, basically. All right. Like, Dorothy was like, like, she wanted, like, a better life, and, like, she, like, wasn't looking at, like, the fact that, like, her home was her better life, basically. Like, she thought she was missing something. The Scarecrow thought he was missing a brain, but he's actually the one that, like, makes the, like, smart decisions in the movie, right, and so forth. Like, they actually have what they think they're missing. Okay, Tin Man, heart, Cowardly Lion, courage. All right, so the Tin Man thinks he doesn't have a heart. He wants to go see the wizard to get a heart. All right, in Wicked for Good, all right, the Tin Man's motivation is he's turned into the Tin Man because of what Elphaba did. Now, Elphaba is still shown as, like, trying to do good by helping Bach. Bach turns into the Tin Man because
it's because of what Nessa Rose did.
Yeah, like, Nessa wanted his heart. And when she said, like, wanted his heart, she wanted him to love her. All right, so she screwed up a spell because she tried to read from the book, and so Elphaba tried to fix it, and ended up turning Bach, one of the Munchkins, the Munchkin that, like, that Nessa liked in the first movie, who likes Glinda, into the Tin Man. So his whole point of going to the wizard and then on to Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, is for revenge. He's angry. He's, like, literally holding up his axe in one scene, like, practically leading the charge almost to go to her castle. I'm like, that's not the Tin Man. The Tin Man was never angry. He would maybe feel some anger, maybe because of what was happening, but he was never out for revenge.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I really can't stand it when, like, Ariana Grande mentions the L. Frank Baum books, because instead of mentioning Gregory Maguire's books, which is what the play is based off of, and it's loosely based off of those books because they took extreme liberties from going from book to Broadway play to the point where, like, Gregory Maguire didn't even like it. He didn't like the play because it strayed so far from the book. The book is degenerate garbage. Like, it is very, very, very political. And it has crazy, like, it has, like, crazy sex scenes, bestiality. I mean, it is a degenerate book. It's full of degeneracy, very political, extremely left-leaning. It's nothing like the play, to the point where I am actually surprised that they put, like, the pictures of Glinda and, like, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo on the cover of, like, the newest copies of the book to sell it, because it's nothing like the play. Nothing like the play. And
Yeah, that's what
people
I'm
know
hearing,
that.
yeah.
Like people who are fans of the play know that, you know. The whole like
Yes, you did, Anthony.
the whole
Yes, you
thing
did.
like it's to the point where like that meme, the Broadway meme of is your pussy green, like that thing,
Mhm.
you know, they tell you what color it is in the book. Like you know in the book what color, like it is a degenerate book. And if you're buying it for like if you're buying it for your niece or something because like, oh my god, look, Wicked, I want to read the book. Dude, no, don't buy it
Mhm.
for any child. That's I'm surprised that they changed the cover of it to match the movie because
Well, I'm
it
not
is
surprised. I'm
nothing
not
like the
surprised
movie.
because
But I will say that that's one thing that irritates me is that they're not talking about the Gregory Maguire book when they're promoting this movie. They're talking about the L. Frank Baum books when they mention this movie. And it's not based off of those, it's based off of the Gregory Maguire book.
yeah.
But there's one thing that I was and it's fan fiction. That's what it is. It is fan fiction. It is the most famous fan fiction out there. And at the time of its print and popularity, it was really famous fan fiction because it's what if we took these characters and gave them a whole completely different story. And yeah, he gave them a whole completely different story.
Yeah.
And that's the musical is very loosely based on that book, and it's not meant to be like a continuation or a backstory to the L. Frank Baum books. It is fan fiction, and the fact that they're touting it out as oh, this is the Wicked Witch of the West, and this is her backstory, and it's all connected, and now you have to go back and watch The Wizard of Oz because this is the real story of what's going on in the background of The Wizard of Oz. And that really bugged me because it's not
No.
it's
Definitely
not
not.
based off of L. Frank Baum. It's based off of like characters he created, but it's the Gregory Maguire books.
Well,
that it's
loosely
off
based
of.
on characters he created. It's basically like taking a what if
Yeah.
scenario with the characters and, like you said, like turning into degeneracy. Fan fiction, basically. Which
Yeah, because it's fan fiction. That's what it is.
Mhm.
And that's why people get upset at what they do to the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, Cowardly Lion going out here lying about Elphaba.
Yeah.
And yeah, people are upset about it, and that's freaking why, because it's based off of like it took those characters as inspiration, but it's not supposed to be some sort of like companion piece to the Wizard of Oz.
Mhm.
But like if you've watched Wicked, the Broadway story, the show. That's how it is in the show. Like Nessa Rose gets really upset that Bach wants to leave. Now, they actually did more with Nessa in the movie than they did in the show. Because it's just implied that she has Munchkinland under her rule, and like she won't let them leave. It's just implied in the musical, but it's actually because Bach has like this one line that he says that she's keeping all of us here, but it's actually shown, right? It's shown in the movie that you can't leave. And she also like doesn't allow. I think she doesn't allow animals either. She doesn't allow in the. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the book. Never mind. I'm thinking of the book. But yeah, she's a tyrant. Nessa is a tyrant in the novel, and she's a religious tyrant. And in the book or in the show, she's just a tyrant. And in the movie, they dive a little bit further into that. I didn't like. There's a bunch of changes that they made. For
Hey,
the
Rhino.
Hi, Rhino.
And yes, Oz the Great and Powerful sucked. One thing I'll say about
Oz the Great and Powerful.
It is complete fan fiction. It's complete fan fiction. All right. One thing I'll say about Oz the Great and Powerful is while the reasoning for the Wicked Witch of the West to become the Wicked Witch of the West was fucking cringe, it's basically like, oh my god, I was friend zoned. Pretty much that was the reasoning. At least she turned wicked. This one here, Elphaba is selfless up to the very end.
Yeah.
I was like, because she gets to a point, and I was telling this to Ms. Murray Muses, she gets to a point where she's like, 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 I don't care what anybody thinks. If they think I'm a wicked, I'm going to be wicked, and stuff like that, basically. So I'm like, finally, the start of a villain arc. Let's get there, all right? We're going to get the Wicked Witch of the West? No. She stays selfless pretty much until the fucking end of the movie. Hey, Optimus. Now, again, I'm coming from the perspective, I'm watching it as a movie. I'm watching it objectively. I have no dog in the fight when it comes to the book or the musical. I've never seen it. So I'm coming from that perspective. It doesn't make sense storytelling-wise to go have her do that and then turn around going, I have to be wicked so you can be good. Bitch, then why did you fuck off at the end of the movie? And at the same time, it's like...
she didn't want them to change her story. She wanted them to believe that she was wicked so Glinda can be like their hope, essentially. And they have to believe that she's dead so that Glinda can be their hope and they can stop fighting and be scared. That's pretty much why she wanted Oz to be peaceful now that the wizard is gone. But even coming at it from a perspective of someone who's read the book and seen the play, it still wasn't good. All of the changes that they made didn't make sense. Narratively, they didn't make sense. They could have done so much more because they ended Act 1 with Elphaba and her powers. She could have done a lot more that they just can't do with the stage play. Because she's powerful now. She has the Grimmery. She was shown that she has powers. The wizard has none, right? The wizard has none. So she could have gone there and she could have like battled Madame Marble or something because they both have powers. Like there could have been so much more, but instead what they chose to do was to make Glinda an even worse character because they changed a lot of Glinda in it. They made her complicit in and yeah, she was complicit to a point though, right? She was complicit to a point because she did think that she loved being adored. She's always loved being adored. But in the play, she still has doubts about everything. You can kind of see it in her face and the things that she says. Whereas this one, she's just like, they do a reprieve of, dear Glinda, you are just all of that. You're still good. And she's like loving everything. She loves it. And it seems like she's choosing all of that over Fiero, over, her friendship with Elphaba. In the song Wonderful, where Elphaba goes and tries to kill the wizard and he's like, oh, I knew you'd be back, and him and Glinda are singing to Elphaba trying to get her over to their side. Glinda's not present in that moment in the stage play. She's not present. She's not there at all. They have zero interaction. She doesn't go and see Glinda before her wedding day, nothing like that. All of that was added. And it's really bad because you see her and Elphaba, hug, and she's just like, oh my gosh, you're safe. And you think that she cares for her friend, but she's just wanting to get her friend involved in all of this propaganda that she's doing and all of this fakeness that she's a part of. It makes her look terrible. It makes her look really bad. Like Glinda was kind of like redeemed a little bit in the first movie because she became friends. She stopped caring what other people think and befriended Elphaba. Whereas this one, now she's back to, I care about what people think and I love being adored. Who can resist all of this? To the point where like her best friend, she's complicit in trying to manipulate her into being a part of all of this fakeness. And she knows that Elphaba's fighting against it. So it makes Glinda look terrible. And I don't care. I don't care. And the fact that like she's like, oh, I've always wanted to be powerful. And they show that her as a child, they wanted it to mirror Elphaba, and it just doesn't work. Because they're like, oh, look at Glinda. She grew up with all of this wealth, getting whatever she wanted. And the only thing that she wanted was to be a witch. She wanted to be powerful. Now in the books, she is a witch. She has powers in the book. In the stage play, she doesn't. Like even up until the end, she has no powers. Nothing. She just wants people to look at her as inspiration, as hope. She wants them to be Glinda the Good. She has no powers. None. And she's accepted that. Here, it's like, I don't know how to read it. Well, you better learn. You can learn. And she does. There's no acceptance. She just gets what she wants at the end of the movie, and she's not supposed to be able to read the Grimoire. That doesn't make narrative sense.
No.
She's not supposed to be able to read it. It's not supposed to open up to her. And so like it just ruins Glinda's character. All of the stuff that they added for Glinda ruins her. It ruins her. All the stuff that they added with Nessa, I like that they showed her being a tyrant, but the fact that the fact that they hired a disabled actress when she's supposed to be able to walk. She's supposed to be able to walk. She's not supposed to still be in the wheelchair.
Like, don't like you said the shoes or something help with that, or like
Yeah,
Alphabet
the
does something
shoes are supposed to. Alphabet does the same thing in the play as in the movie. She enchants them. In the book, it's actually Glinda who does that. Glinda's the one that enchants the shoes so Nessa can walk. But in the movie and then the play, Alphabet does it. And she's supposed to be able to walk. And the reason that Bach is leaving is because Nessa doesn't need him anymore. She can walk. She doesn't need his help anymore. That's why he is a slave to her, because he feels bad for making this girl believe that he loves her, that he wants to be around her when she's in a wheelchair. He feels terrible, right? And that's why he stayed the whole time, because she's in a wheelchair. And now that she's able to walk and take care of herself, now he's like, I'm gonna see you later. You don't need me anymore. You can take care of yourself now. I can fuck off. But here, she's back in the chair after flying for a little bit. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I was like watching this movie, and I'm like, not like elements just don't make any sense. And no, I didn't see that Udo Kier passed away. Like, he was a good villain. I did not see that. I'll have to look, but I did not see that he passed away. Hey, Grathar's Hammer, good to see you. But yeah, it's like that was happening, and then, like I said, I did not like the portrayal of the Cowardly Lion, because, again, coming from my perspective, like, he's afraid, like, he has fear because of. Now, granted, I could kind of see it because he was, I guess, in a little bit of a haze because of what Elphaba did in the classroom when she like froze people, like froze like everything, so she could like take the lion cub and free him. Like, the Cowardly Lion, like, you know, rather than see that as I was set free, no, that was a bad thing. In his mind, in this story, basically. And that, like, she had taken him from the only home he ever knew. And I can't even remember what he said, basically, but that was his reasoning.
Yeah. And they expanded on him in the show. I wasn't expecting him to say all that in front of Elphaba. In the show, it's just that song that Bach sings when he's like, the lion also has a reason. If she let him fight his own battles when he was young, he wouldn't be a coward. That's all that you get from the Cowardly Lion. That's it. But the fact that he shows up and he's just like, no, you took me from my only home. You did all of this stuff. And it's like, what are you talking about? No, she didn't. She saved you. She like literally saved you.
Yeah.
He's right there with her having the conversation. She's trying to explain what she did, and he's just not listening. He goes off and wants to kill her. That still doesn't make sense. She already explained to him what happened, and he's just like, nah. There's evidence in front of him that animals are being accused and blamed for everything wrong with Oz, that they're being taken by the wizard. That's why they're literally escaping out of Oz. And he comes out of nowhere and is just like, no, you did this to me. And people around him are like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's literally the wizard that's doing it all. They know this. But he's like, nah, it was her.
Flying monkeys, they're pretty much good guys. They're pretty much good guys in this movie. They did not have the guards.
No, I told you they didn't though.
I know. I'm saying, like, you know, like, I know, like, because the guards were slaves and couldn't have Elphaba, played by a black woman, ironically, having slaves, because that's what the guards were in the story, like in the original story, like they were enslaved.
Well, Nessa had slaves.
I know. Nessa had slaves, but I'm saying, like in the Wizard of Oz story, like the reason why those guards are there is not out of loyalty to the Wicked Witch. Like, she's enslaved them. pretty much.
That was actually something that I didn't mind. I didn't mind the way that they portrayed the flying monkeys and how Fierro was like protect her, and that's why they were taking like orders from him, and that's why they became loyal to Elphaba.
Mhm.
And then from there, after she died, they became loyal to Glinda. Another thing that I thought was cool, everybody thought, including me, thought that the person that was riding away on the horse in the black cloak, everyone thought that was Elphaba escaping.
Mhm.
But it wasn't. It was Glinda. That was actually kind of cool. I like that they did that. They had Glinda put on Elphaba's shoes that she's kept
Yeah.
all this time with a black cloak and like, was it gloves? I don't remember, but
Yeah,
she's the one that's
gloves. It was
riding the
gloves.
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. Black is this year's pink. Like, you know, she wore all of that in order to go and find Elphaba. That was really neat. There's little things like that. A lot of people didn't like the ending, how they didn't show her actually melting. They didn't show Dorothy. They only showed like Dorothy's feet or, you know, heard her yell. That's one of the things that I actually really liked. That's a callback to the stage play. You don't see Dorothy, you don't hear Dorothy. You don't see Dorothy, you only hear Dorothy. You hear her cry. That's it. You never see Dorothy. So I like that you don't see Dorothy. You don't really see her.
I don't mind that because, like I said, it's not like the Wizard of Oz. So like we're not seeing it from Dorothy's perspective. So I don't mind that.
Yeah. And then like at the very end,
Yeah.
the way it's shown how Elphaba dies, how like Dorothy does the water on Elphaba, and it's like through shadow that Glinda that is a total stage thing. That is a total Broadway thing. I wasn't sure how they were going to do it in the movie. I thought they were actually going to show Dorothy and Elphaba. I thought they were going to show her that whole interaction, and they didn't. I loved that part. A lot of people didn't like it. They were like, I wanted to see her melt and all that. No, I loved that part because that is straight from stage to screen. It was so unique how they did that, and I really loved it. There are little things in here that I did love. But the bulk of it, I couldn't get on. I couldn't with it. When Fierro and Elphaba were singing together, and like she flew them up and then made them like, I guess, go back down to the bed. And the positioning that they were on the bed, on their knees, like singing to each other, that is a complete stage thing because that's how it's done in the musical. That's how it ends in the musical. It's there's like little callbacks to the musical, less in here in this movie than in the first movie. In the first movie, there's tons. In this one, there's just not a lot because they changed so much and they added way too much. They added way too much. They added 2 new songs, which were both terrible. I hated them. Didn't like either one of them.
I wasn't a fan, especially when I'm hearing Elphaba singing a song like, you know, about home. I'm like, oh, you're trying to pull at the heartstrings of the Wizard of Oz fans, aren't you?
Yeah, you know what I thought? I thought they were gonna add the Diana Ross song, "Home," from The Wiz.
Okay,
That would have been cool if they would have put that song in it and have Cynthia Erivo sing it. That would have been cool, but I knew that they weren't going to add it because they were original songs. Both songs were bad. Didn't like either of them. They're not memorable. They're not as memorable as the show songs. They're out of place. When you add new songs to already like classic musical songs, it has to be done in a way that fits the show. Because every song, yeah, they're all different, but they're all narratively similar as far as like keys and everything. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word on, but they all fit. When you add something new, you end up putting it's something that is very common, and you can see it in Disney, right? You can see it in like the Disney when they add the new songs to Disney musicals now, they don't feel like they mesh well within the story, within
the story or the existing
fit.
songs.
They don't fit. And the reason they don't fit is because the people who write them, their inspiration is usually like modern things, so they sound too modern.
Yeah.
So they don't fit into the movie that they're in. And that's how it feels with these new songs. They don't fit. Glinda's song, where it's put in the movie, is terrible. It's awful placement because it's let's kill the witch, right? It's that song, kill the witch, wickedness must be punished, and then it's Glinda's slow ass freaking song. And then they go back into that upbeat kill the witch song. It's narratively, it doesn't fit. It's terrible. It's like this
Yeah.
heightened moment of anger, and then you like go down to like this somber, sad freaking song, and then you're going back up to like this heightened moment of anger. It just did not fit. It's like they didn't know where to put it, and so they put
No.
it there.
And again, spoiler alert, chat. I did not like what they did with the Scarecrow. All right, and there's a reason why I don't like what they did with the Scarecrow is because, well, again, perspective of the story, Wizard of Oz, perspective of the story. The Scarecrow, his motivation, like I said, is because he thinks he does not have a brain. All right, so that's the reason why he's going to the wizard. That's the reason why so you don't see anything of that. You don't see anything of that, and the reason why you don't see anything of that is, again, spoiler alert. All right, so I'm saying that not often enough, so don't get mad at me. But Fiyero is turned into the Scarecrow because he's basically, in a sense, sacrificed himself to allow Alphaba to escape the guards. All right, and she cast a spell in order to, at least in the movie, all right, I guess from the musical, ostensibly to protect him, basically, and then casting the spell, like the words she's saying, like so it's like his bones will never be broken and things like that. Well, he's turning into the Scarecrow. All right, there's no real way of missing that because they have him literally on. Like you can't see my arms, but like how you see the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz. Basically, he's on that little, that like a post. Basically, his arms are like this. That's what they put him on a post like that. Why? Member berries, chat, shits and giggles. Oh, you remember the Scarecrow? How he was found in Wizard of Oz like that. Meanwhile, this is happening after Dorothy is left for Oz. Like basically, she's been sent on her merry way to Oz. All right. Now I'm looking at this from a story perspective. All right. Alphaba comes, yells at Glinda, right, for giving Nessa's shoes to Dorothy. And Glinda's reasoning, I think, is just stupid, basically. But she then they fight. All right, and they fight, and then the guards come, and they're going to take Alphaba away. And Fiyero stops them by pointing a gun at Glinda. It's like, you're going to have to explain why, she was killed if you don't let Alphaba escape. And they somehow managed to drag him far enough away from Munchkinland, or that area, basically where the house has fallen, to a point where Dorothy would have encountered him on the Yellowbrick Road.
Yep.
It doesn't narratively, just doesn't make any sense in the timeline, because you're telling me they dragged him with that speed to that point to have him up on that post and turn into the Scarecrow before Dorothy even gets there.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yep. Sorry, I'm
just saying, narratively, story-wise, it just doesn't make any sense given the placement of the timeline.
Sorry, I was eating my lemon. I'm done.
Fine.
I ate my full lemon.
Yeah.
So this is why it's so weird. This is why I was worried about them. Remember, I've been talking about this for a while. This is why when I saw the preview or the new trailer, the trailer for Wicked for Good,
Wendy,
and it showed them all together, I was like, okay, I'm worried about how they're going to meld Wicked with the Wizard of Oz, because narratively it doesn't make sense. Where Dorothy encounters them, it doesn't make sense. In the book, Dorothy is alluded to in the book. She's there, but she's not a main player. She's not a main character. In the stage play, she's there, but she's not the main thing. You don't see them.
Dorothy's
together.
in it. You only see her feet or her shadow, basically. You hear her, you see her feet, maybe, so you see the shoes, or you see her shadow. That's it. You don't see who's playing Dorothy.
Yeah. In the play, you only hear Dorothy. She's not a main character. But in the movie, you don't even see them all together. Like you don't see the Tin Man, the Lion, or the Scarecrow and Dorothy all together. You don't see them together. The only ones that you see together are the Tin Man and the Lion. And you don't even see the Lion. You just see his tail because he's like, "Get out here, you coward."
Yeah, I didn't like the Tin Man doing that. I was like, I did not like the Tin Man doing that.
Yeah,
Like
he does that in the
dragging the Lion over, like, tell your story. And I'm like,
yeah, he does it in the play. Well, I mean, he grabs his a fake tail in the play, like
Yeah.
he just grabs it. But he turns evil. Like the Tin Man is Bach. He's pissed. He's mad. But in the show, that's why I was worried. Or in the movie, that's why I was worried. I was like, how are they going to do that? How are they going to mix them together? Because they're never together in the play. Never. Because narratively it doesn't make sense. How would Dorothy meet all of them along the road? It's just meant they only allude to Glinda gave her the shoes. Elphaba went and grabbed Dorothy to get the shoes. So it doesn't she doesn't say like she was with them, nothing. You know, like, nothing. She just went and got Dorothy until Dorothy gave her the shoes back.
Yeah.
But here, now they're all together. How did they get together? Like they literally just took Fiero away. Bach is somewhere, not
frozen, not waiting to be
in a space for years and years and years.
Yeah.
After cutting wood. So that's why that was my biggest worry. How are they going to meld them together? Are they going to change their how Dorothy meets them? Are we going to see that? Because if not, then you have a lot of questions afterwards. And we didn't see that. We didn't see Dorothy meeting each one individually. We see them together now.
Yeah. But
we're told that like again, she met them along the way.
But
so
how?
It's assumed that so it's assumed that she met them along the way, just like she did in The Wizard of Oz. But that's not the case. That's not the case because they couldn't be there that long. She couldn't have met them the same way as in The Wizard of Oz.
No.
So yeah, it's a bad mixing of the two movies. And I was hoping that they wouldn't do that, but they did it. They did it. So
you see a little bit of the dog, basically. But like I said, the focus really wasn't on Dorothy. Basically, it's like like I said, you don't see the actress's face who's playing Dorothy. Yeah. So, and I think they even kind of ruined Dorothy's character a little bit, or at least in, like in connection with Glinda's character. Glinda's like it's like what did she say? It's like it's always something with that girl. Like it's like it's like because the wizard's leaving and everything. Like, it's like, take me with you. And Glenda's like, it's always something with that girl. And I'm like, bitch, you told her that the wizard was going to help her get home. So, like, what'd you expect Dorothy to say? Anyway.
Ate a full lemon? Yeah. You guys don't eat lemons? I eat them like oranges.
I eat oranges. I'll eat oranges. I just squeeze lemons into my water. So.
No, I eat them like oranges.
Yeah.
There's the rinds. It's bad for your teeth. It's bad for your teeth, but I like them. Was the score even good?
No. In my opinion, no.
Yeah.
It's look, I will admit the first movie, the songs do stick. I'm not necessarily a fan of musicals, but the songs do stick. In this one, no. I couldn't tell you a song that was sung.
It's so gross.
I couldn't tell you a song that was sung in the second movie. I can at least maybe mention remember a few from the first parts because they were, like I said, they were catchy. They stuck in your head. Second movie, no.
Glinda blackmailed the wizard to leaving.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. And here's the thing though, like Glinda, the wizard, and Madame Morrible, they were all alone. So it's like, how come Madame Morrible didn't just use her powers and get away? The wizard has no powers. So, the reason is because their whole facade is ruined now. Their whole facade is ruined. And I think like Glinda has guards with her or something in the play.
Mm-hmm.
So like the jig is up in a way, so Madame Morrible can't just magic her way out of it. So that's why she was like put into a dungeon in the play. But in the movie, they're all alone. So it's kind of like just magic yourself out of it.
Yeah.
There's nobody
Like,
around.
because like at this point, like
Let me
Glinda does
know.
not have power, so it's not like she could have done anything in that situation.
Yeah.
Nothing. So she couldn't have done anything.
I ate a lemon after having COVID to get
Yeah.
my sense of taste back. Oh, really? Does that help?
So, but anyway, that's my thoughts on Wicked, or at least
Yeah.
Wicked for Good. First part, I will admit, like I said, for a musical, it was decent. Like I wouldn't go back and watch it necessarily, but for a musical, it was decent. Second part, they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
They very much dropped the ball with the second part. But a
What
movie
would
I
you give
did.
it out of 10?
Would I give it out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Primarily because now normally if it had just been like middle of the road for me, like I have like no investment in it, it would have been like a 5 out of 10. Like middle of the road, neither like great nor bad. But because certain story elements were in the second parts that made it seem like the movie was directly connected to the Wizard of Oz, the Baum story Wizard of Oz, I'm dropping it down to like a 3 out of 10 at best because that ticked me off. It did not make sense narratively, and I did not like the characterization, especially like again if it had been not tried to pass itself off as connected to the Wizard of Oz, I would have been like, okay, it's a 5 out of 10 for me. Like I'm not going to go back and watch it, but it's not complete shit. The fact that I was angered because of what they did storytelling wise in the second movie, it drops it like lower for me. But that's like my personal feelings because I grew up with the original story. I grew up watching the 1939 film, and because of that, and what they did with the second part, dropped it down for that to me. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Songs weren't catchy. I did not like that they just kept Elphaba like selfless until the end. But that's just me.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
All right, but like I said, like because I'm coming from like no knowledge whatsoever of either the musical or the book. So, but I'm coming from like also like I said, a love of the original Wizard of Oz story. So, but a movie I did see that I said I would be talking about because I think it was like Arturo that asked what I thought about this movie. You want like a fun, over-the-top revenge movie, in my opinion, go watch Sisu Road to Revenge. You gotta suspend disbelief because there's certain things that happen in this movie that kind of defy what you would expect something to be able to do, all right? But that's not necessarily for me a bad thing because it is a revenge fantasy. It's purely fiction. It is inspired by World War II history and certain World War II how to put this? Like basically certain individuals. It is inspired by that, but like the story itself is like completely fiction. Yeah, something that happens in the first, basically happens in the first. If you haven't, like, if you've seen the first, you like can expect, like things happen where you're like, would that really be able to happen? But in this one here, I personally think, in terms of a character story, right? Because like, yes, Sisu is like a character story because you're following Sisu. This goes more into how Sisu became what he is. All right, so the first movie, you get a feel for that character. You get a feel for what he's like. You get a feel that he's able to do certain things that's not like normal soldiers aren't able to do, basically. But in this one, you get more of a sense of his character. You get more of a sense of his motivations. I think it's a little bit deeper. No, it's a sequel. It's a sequel. It's following the events of what he did in the first movie. All right. Does anybody mind? It's a little bit of a spoiler.
I don't mind.
It's not. It's like it's at the beginning, so it's not like I'm spoiling anything that's in the movie. But like, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna do a thumbs up when I'm before I don't. All right, when I start, and I'm gonna do a thumbs up when I end. Okay. The reason why certain events are kicked off in this movie is because the Soviet Union has taken land in Finland. All right, this is history, basically World War II history. Post World War II, the Soviet Union has taken land that belonged to Finland, basically. So there's Soviet territory within what should be Finland. All right.
I've been to Finland.
And Sisu's home, his original home, right, is on that side of the border, basically. So he actually goes over to go to his old home. All right. I'm not going to say what he does. All right. But that's what begins the triggering of events in this movie. And that's where you find out, like a little bit of his backstory. All right. It's enough. Like, it's not a complete backstory of his character, but enough. You're like, okay, now I have a feeling, I have a grasp of why he is what he is. Why the Soviets are after him. All right. That's it. I just wanted to give you perspective, basically. So it becomes more of a personal story, where the first movie is he just wants to be on his way. He just wants to get go from point A to point B, and he's waylaid because the Germans are doing shit that they horrible shit to women, and he kind of gets dragged into the events. All right. In this case, he's dragged into the events, but there's a personal reason why he is. Versus I'm just trying to get to where he's wanting to go, and he just happens to find himself in that extraordinary situation. This one, Seth, you do not necessarily need to see the first one to watch this one, because it really doesn't call back to anything that happened in the first movie. So it's not like any references are made that if you did not watch the first movie, you'll be lost, basically. So technically, if you wanted to, you could watch this movie and, like I said, not miss anything. You should watch the first movie, but it's not it doesn't call back to anything in the first movie. Really. All right. So it's not it'll make a reference and you'll be left to wonder what they're referencing. And yeah, Stephen Lang is the bad guy. He is a very good bad guy. So yeah. It's almost a standalone movie. So yes, it is a sequel, but it's not directly tied to the first movie. And I'm very much hoping that they do not continue any story beyond the second movie, because I think it's a good close to his character. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's a good close to his character. I don't want to see a third movie, because at that point, it's kind of like milking the franchise. 2 movies are enough. All right? There's a good close. We do not need to see any more. All right? So if I'm going to recommend any movie for you to see this coming weekend, if you're thinking about going over Thanksgiving kind of vacation sort of situation, I would recommend watching Sisu Road to Revenge. So yeah, basically that's essentially what it means. That's not necessarily his name, but that's what he's referred to. So that's where the name comes from. Yeah, it would be becoming John Wick at that point. So yeah, so keep it as 2 movies. 2 movies is enough. After that, it's you're just milking you're just trying to milk it at that point. But I think it's a good movie. I'm just saying, there is a good ending. There is a good ending to this movie. That, like I said, it's a close. It's a good close to the character. But that's my thoughts, basically. So, Steph, if you're looking for at least entertaining, suspend disbelief, have fun, revenge fantasy, Sissy Road to Revenge. It's over the top. He's fighting the Soviets and so forth, and it's very violent. It's bloody. But like I said, it's a revenge fantasy. So it's certain things are going to happen. So yeah.
Revenge fantasy.
I'm saying it is is kind of a revenge fantasy because it is over the top in certain parts. It's a little over the top in certain parts, but it is a very emotional story.
It's
It is
not
a
like
very-
evil revenge, is it?
What?
It's not like evil revenge, is it?
No, like Sisu's a good guy. If that's what you mean.
Okay.
Like he's a good guy. Like there's actually a scene between him and Stephen Lang where it's like the acting in it, it's subtle on Stephen Lang's part when he's like kind of talking to Sisu, because the actor who plays Sisu or that character doesn't speak. Like the entire movie, he doesn't speak. So his acting is solely through the emotions he portrays, basically. So whether it's anger, like fear or anything like that, like all of his acting is purely physical.
Okay.
But there's a scene where it's between the two, and Stephen Lang is like talking to him, and like there's like he's subtle, but like what Stephen Lang is saying, you could see it resonating on this like the Sisu actor, and it's like pretty damn emotional, pretty fucking damn emotional, just between those two, and Sisu's not, and it's only Stephen Lang talking. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sisu, he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. So yeah. But I say, yeah, if you're gonna watch any movie this week, watch Sisu, Road to Revenge. Well, yeah, there's some revenge aspects because, well, Germany did some shit. Also, basically. So there's some revenge aspects, but this one is more personal. This one's a little more personal. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm going to close the wicked shit.
Soul says, so Steph, how are you handling the revaluation? That, the revelation. Oh my God. The revelation that Hey is a Sith Lord in the live action. Dude, his eyes are demonic.
I saw that picture. Picture.
Why did they make them yellow? They didn't need to be yellow. Just make them black eyes. Give Hey his black eyes. They don't need to be yellow like that. He looks evil.
Yeah.
He's creepy.
Very creepy. It's like a little bit Predator Badlands. Now, okay. Now this is going off the premise, like again, if this is true, this is going off the premise that off just the production budget, not that we know, basically. Okay, so basically, we like zoom in a little bit so people can see. All right, so as of after 13 days, as of Wednesday, the movie has earned just shy of $140 million. Basically, I think it's like crept to $150 million by now. But that's where it stands pretty much. It had a 68% drop roughly, week 1 to week 2. And we don't know the marketing budget. Disney is being very, very quiet about the marketing budget for Predator Badlands. Now, I've been getting into it with some people, and because I've had arguments with some individuals who think that it's like whenever I mention marketing budget or anyone mentions marketing budget, we're like magically pulling that number into the perspective, and we only seem to do it whenever a movie is doing poorly. All right? And I keep trying to tell individuals that, well, it's not because the movie is doing poorly. All right, the movie could be doing well, but the reason why we always bring up marketing is because other people want to either ignorantly or willfully ignore the marketing budget aspect of the overall budget a movie has, basically, because people only want to look at production budget and not marketing. As if for some reason, these other entities are doing all the marketing of their own free will and good nature. And I'm like, no. Disney's paying these people to do certain things. If there's a toy line, Disney's paying them to produce the toys. Like, they're not just doing it out of their goodness of their heart. Any book, comic books or books, Now they're paying that. They're paying the author and they're paying the public. Everything for everything that goes. Trailers to show on social media sites and so forth, or on channels. They're paying for that. All right. So that's what's called a marketing budget. And we don't know the marketing budget, so I have to guess. I have to guess what the marketing budget is. And normally with a movie like this, it's roughly half of the production budget. So it would be roughly $52.5 million. Let's just say $50 million. But even without the marketing budget, Badlands would have to hit almost $263 million just to break even. And that's just to break even. That means like Disney neither loses money or earns money. There's no loss or profit either way. But with the marketing budget, and I'm just guessing, and I've done this before, I've done it on other streams basically, where if you include the marketing budget, Badlands would actually have to hit closer to $400 million just to break even. So this movie could potentially lose Disney more money. And the other reason why I've had arguments with people is they look at the worldwide box office. All right. For some reason, people always seem to think that all goes back to Disney. And I'm like, no, domestically, no, it's a 50-50. So of that 70 million that it's earned, rounded up, of that 70 million it's earned, Disney is only pocketing 35 million. Pretty much at this point, maybe a little bit more, but roughly $35 to $40 million. It's only pocketing that. The international, it's actually a lower for Disney because the international box office keeps 70%, I believe, of the earnings, and Disney would only pocket 30%. So, 30% roughly of 70 million would be about 21 million. So really, Disney's only brought in to itself, right? When you minus everything from theaters. Is that 160 million right now? But still, if you take that and just compare it to the production budget alone, it's made just a little over half of the production budget. That's not going to including marketing budget, which means if it doesn't hit if it doesn't hit where Disney gets 100 million back, and I'm just saying that just to be generous, Disney is going to lose a lot because you had Wicked for Good come out. Now, word of mouth will either hurt or help Wicked for Good, basically.
I honestly think it'll end up at where it did last time. It's going to be very front loaded though.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying it'll
eventually get there.
Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of with Wicked coming out, basically what Wicked made, the only thing that's going to hurt that movie really is word of mouth because it blew Predator Badlands out of the water. Zootopia 2 comes out this weekend.
I don't think that normal audience members will care about my gripes with the movie.
No, I'm just saying word of mouth it's going to be what either hurts or helps it basically.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen online, people love it. Mm-hmm. They love it.
I'm just saying that movie's going to have some legs. Predator Badlands is dying. Zootopia 2 is coming out. I'm not saying Zootopia 2 is not exactly going to it's not.
Dude, furries are going to come out for Zootopia 2. Okay, what? Listen, I know that a lot of people had a problem with Zootopia, but I actually kind of liked it.
I liked Zootopia. I liked Zootopia.
Yeah. Furries are gonna show up for it. I'm not a furry, but I liked Zootopia. But no, I'm just kidding.
No, but at least families are going to take their kids to see it because it is a family-friendly movie. I'm not saying necessarily it's going to dethrone Wicked for Good or anything, but it's coming out, which means that whatever hope Predator Badlands would have had for this weekend, if any, Zootopia is going to basically just knock that out of the water.
Yeah, I remember Zootopia when it came out. I liked it.
So, but it's basically, so I think Robert Irwin, Steve Irwin's son, voices a koala.
It has a lot of people in it.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of I was looking at, like, the list of people that are in that movie. It's got a lot of people in that movie, like, making cameos and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm actually surprised at how many people are making cameos, so it has to make money, honestly.
And at this
To
point, yeah,
me.
I I think it's gonna make money. How much money remains to be seen. And that I think Zootopia 2 is Zootopia 2 like Wicked for Good. What's going to hurt or help that movie is word of mouth. Pretty much. Like if it's if the movie itself is just good or not. There's no baggage to it or anything, unlike with Predator Badlands and the what Dan Trachtenberg has done in the past with the Prey movie and what the stupid shit he said and so forth. Nothing's going nothing like that. So there's no baggage that's going to hurt. It's more like, hey, is it good or bad? That's all we want to know. And then Five Nights at Freddy's 2 comes out December 4th. So again, whatever hope of longevity Predator Badlands would have had that final nail would have been hitting that coffin by December 4th. So, because you have Wicked for Good that just came out, you got Zootopia 2 coming out, and then a week later, Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Do you know what is making me so happy right now, Mara?
What? Let me close that article.
My boy. My boy Tiny Chef got pulled off of Nickelodeon and he's going to Netflix.
Can you tell us what it's like to be streaming on Netflix this?
Go for Chef.
Hey, Chef, we can't find Henry. You got eyes on him?
Oh, good grief.
Chef?
Oh,
Chef. Chef, what's it like to be streaming on Netflix?
Chef for shower. Over.
Go for Sarah.
Go to 2. I'm on 2.
I'm on 2, Chef. What's up?
Over.
Take the Turkey Talks channel 3, please.
Okay, Chef.
I'm wasting.
What's it like to be streaming on Netflix this spring?
My boy Tiny Chef streaming on Netflix.
I might have had a better chance if it had come out in October. Hold on, where's that chat? If it had come out in October, but there was so much. Like I was reading articles about certain inspiration for Predator Badlands and leaks that were happening where it's like even if it had come out in October, might have fared a bit better, but there's no way.
Mara didn't say shit. She's just like, it goes back to Predator Badlands.
Well, I'm answering the question. I'm. Let's just chalk it up that I'm used to it right now. It just doesn't faze me at all.
She's just like whatever, Predator Badlands.
It just doesn't faze me. I've gotten to a point where it's like I'm so used to it that it could it's like just okay, yeah. It's coming to Netflix.
What do you think of this? This was wild. A university brought a literal whore to speak to college students about being paid to shit for $10K. OnlyFans model was invited to University of Washington to speak to Psych 201 class of 1,200 students.
I always get what I want. I literally always get what I want. Everything.
My 1,200 students and I manifesting.
Always works out.
They brought an OnlyFans model to speak.
I always get what I want. I literally always get what I want. Everything always works out in my favor because
I didn't do it. It's not allowed on OnlyFans.
Ari talking about how someone asked her to shit in a box for $10,000.
Somebody asked me to shit in a box and send it to an email for $10,000 so they could eat it, and I did not do it. Back up. I just wanted to go.
What kind of value do these guests have?
None. Because it's basically it's like you know what's that telling me? Because she brought them in. That's telling me that's telling the students, why did you come to college? It's worthless. Go on OnlyFans. You'll get paid $10K to shit in a box. I'm not like again, right? I think college is not for everyone. I don't think everyone needs to go to college. Trade schools are perfectly fine. We need those in trades, right? But I'd be watching that in this class and then wondering why am I having like my parents spending money for me to go here
to listen to an OnlyFans model as a guest.
That, and then like is this telling me that my degree is going to be potentially worthless? Am I like when you have someone who's doing as little as possible and making what like more than what I could ever hope to make? It's telling kids like they don't need to be in school. That's what it's kind of telling them, and also it's like, if I were a parent, I'd be furious at that. Like you could bring someone in who's actually in the field of what you're like. I don't know what's this Psych 201 doesn't tell me what exactly the specific class is. That's a very general title because like normally like whenever you go to college, it's like Psych or whatever 101, 201, something like that, and then it has a title basically like what specifically you'll be focusing on. Like for my psychology major, I had abnormal psychology and so forth. All right, specific avenues of focus. So I don't know what this avenue of focus is in this one, but at the same time, if I were a parent, I'd be pissed off.
I can understand if they have someone coming in talking about a social media presence, right? Because I feel like employers will look at your social media. Some employers, not all, but some employers will come in and look at your social media, or even so like a social media presence, how to handle it, or how to grow.
Well, that'd be one
social
thing,
media, something like
yeah.
that. That's like beneficial to you.
Yeah.
That adds value. Totally cool. But an OnlyFans model, I use that term loosely. An OnlyFans person coming in talking about how someone asked her to shit in a box for $10K and how I didn't do it though, but this is how much I could be making if I shit in a box. Like, that is not beneficial at all. But and it's. I think like in today's day and age, when girls are already sort of disrespecting themselves, and not really holding themselves to not really valuing like themselves to the point where they will take the easy way out and start like an OnlyFans page and sort of just put themselves out there as soon as they turn 18. They don't value themselves enough to cherish themselves. And then you have, in addition to that, you have people saying like, oh, hookup culture is fine. Oh, like don't date. You don't need a man. Don't do this. Don't do that. And now we're taking it into the classroom and saying like, look at how much money you could be making if you were an OnlyFans person. Model.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like how much so why spend your money here? Like invested in like your OnlyFans career or some career like that. Oh my god, bullshit. I have 10K a box and a business idea. No, but like that's what it's telling them. Like basically it's like, hey, you want to make money like easier than what you're doing here? Like go this route. Versus like what you said, where it's like if they had brought in someone who's like a social media expert, basically, like here, like this is where the players
that adds value. That adds value. That tells you that work. That adds value. That is something that you can work towards. This is something that is just like, you know what? I don't want to work anymore. I'm just gonna sell my body online.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that goes for men and women, because there's men that do OnlyFans too and that make a lot of money. So like it's just like I'm just gonna give up what I'm doing. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I don't want to like put in the hard work, whatever. And I think I read somewhere that the majority of women on OnlyFans don't even make like $100 a month or make less than $100 a month. So they are putting themselves on the internet for less than $100 a month. That's how little they care about themselves. Like, I'm going to sell myself for less than $100 a month. That's just wild to me. that that's where we have come. That's where we have like valued or come to. That's where feminism has put women's brains. That I do not value myself. I am worth less than $100 a month. Like that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Yeah, this this just like bringing them in as a special guest to kids who are paying to be there. Like I wonder, I honestly wonder if anyone got up and left.
Well, I don't know. It'd be hard to tell in the room that size, but I don't know. Anyway, yep. College is this pretty much tells me college is useless. At least that's what it would be telling the kids, because they'd be looking at that going, "Oh, I can make 10K. I can make that much." Not necessarily doing what she was offered to do, but I can make that much.
You know what? There are some people who will do that.
Yeah, I'm saying like, well, then why am I here?
There's a whole. Oh my god, I spend way too much time on TikTok. But there's a whole.
Oh my god, I don't know whether to be like laugh at this or be insulted that like you significantly smaller box in a business idea.
Nope. No. There's a whole like community. Is community the right word? I don't even know. Of women who go overseas to get shit on and they come back with money.
Yeah.
They'll go or they'll go to like they start off as yacht people and then it progresses to like they end up getting like it starts off as like I'm a yacht person, like they're yacht girls. And then they're yacht girls who get beat up, right? Because they get money. And then it moves on to like I just go overseas to get pooped on. Like it's gross, the types of things that happen. My stomach hurts. Just thinking about it.
Well, let's talk about something potentially positive. Now, I know you don't like horror movies, right? So you're like don't gravitate, but I think this could potentially be good, or at least it looks good. And that is the Werewolf movie.
Werewolf, is that what you said?
Werewolf, like werewolf, basically, not werewolf, or like I think it'd be pronounced like werewolf because there's no like were. The were part of werewolf means man. So when you see werewolf with the were part, W-E-R-E means man. So man wolf. The new Robert Eggers film, like I said, he's most recently known for Nosferatu. And some like new set photos have come out basically. So
lichens.
Yeah, like lycanthropy basically. Let me just like open like these pictures and then go to like the tabs basically. So
if you share your entire window, you can just go straight to it.
Yeah, I have to like remove this and then. So
I'm still a circle, Mara.
That's your punishment. I told you. Are you gonna remember it's on your channel next week?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe. I was so positive that it was on my channel today. I was so proud of myself for remembering and getting and preparing.
All right, come on. All right, so these pictures here, this is Lily Rose Depp. All right, I'm not sure exactly what character she's playing.
But
that's what she looks like.
Do you see, like, look at that. Look at this world that they're in. Look at the costumes and the makeup.
I know. It's going to look,
love
I think it's going to look really good. Like, cinematically, it's going to look very good.
I love this. I feel like movies and like if you look at The Witcher, this season of The Witcher, it's supposed to look kind of like this, like a world that's like Roddy lived in. Look at the gross clothes and everything looks fucking clean.
Yeah.
They look completely clean.
Way too clean for that time.
They look
like, what
so
they're supposed
clean.
To be. Yeah.
This is what it's supposed to look like. I love even these like set pictures look so much better and so
like
much
this
more
right
interesting than anything I've seen from the new season of The Witcher. Like, look at that.
Yeah, there's
The
Willem
only people that
Dafoe.
are clean are the people that are working behind the scenes.
Yeah, like this right here. These pictures. Aaron Taylor Johnson. So like everything.
I was like, who is that?
Yeah, it's like really grainy, but it's supposed to be like Aaron Taylor Johnson. But I'm looking at the set photos, and it gives me hope. Basically, it gives me hope. Like, okay,
Yeah.
it might not be as good as Nosferatu, or it might be better. But I'm seeing this, and it gives me hope that it's like, hey, Eggers is paying attention to, hey, it's 13th century. People are going to look like this because there was no, like, indoor plumbing or anything like that we're used to today. There's no real. The only way for you to get clean, pretty much at that point, was if you accidentally fell in a lake. Pretty much, so if you accidentally fell in a lake, there was no way to actually be like hygienic in that time period. And the fact that you brought this up, Trey, notice they're all white. I just recently yesterday I watched the trailer for the new Wuthering Heights adaptation that's coming out with Margot Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Asian woman playing a character named Nellie Dean.
Nellie Dean.
Nellie Dean, an Asian woman.
Nellie Dean.
A movie that is set.
Does she have an accent?
The character's Nellie Dean. I never read the book or watched the original adaptation, but I know Nellie Dean is not Asian, and they have an Asian actress playing her.
I've never seen Wuthering Heights. I don't even know the story.
I know a little. I know. I've seen enough. I've seen enough of it to say that I think the two main characters are like, they're both horrible and they deserve each other. Because I saw parts of it. I saw parts of the original adaptation. I'm like, you're both horrible.
Yeah.
Like I don't like you. I don't like either one of you. Yeah, but they have an Asian actress playing what should be a white character. I know enough of the story to know that there would be no Asians living in that part of the world back then because of when it's set.
I know none of the story. Mari, you want to know a secret?
What?
I never watched Nosferatu.
I'm not surprised.
It looked too scary. I didn't want to watch it by myself.
I figured you wouldn't because it is. It's the atmosphere. It's really like lends like to the creepiness, and Bill Skarsgård's portrayal. He plays Count Orlok, and
he was one of the reasons why I wanted to watch it, but then I was like, it looks too scary.
You want would you help if you watched it during the day?
I don't know because he looks scary.
Well, yeah, because it's Count Orlok. He's not supposed to. Have you seen what the original Count Orlok looked like in the original Nosferatu?
The one that Cynthia Erivo looks like? The one that's like...
Yeah, Max Schreck. Max Schreck, yeah.
Yes, I've seen his pictures.
So...
But
I think the way Bill Skarsgård looks as Count Orlok is creepier than Max Schreck. And he's naked in one scene, so frontal nudity.
You see his penis?
Yeah,
is it a?
I think part of me wants to say it's a little bit of a prosthetic, but it's unnerving looking at it on him the way he looks as Count Orlok. That you're like, I would love to look at it as Bill Skarsgård, but I can't because you look like that, and you kind of get like just ugh.
Well,
when you see it.
Alexander Skarsgård, my man. You saw his penis on True Blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's a prosthetic.
Yeah, it's a prosthetic, but still, like the way he looks. It like it's just unnerving to look at it.
Oh, I don't want to see a creepy penis.
It's just unnerving to look at the way he looks.
I want to see a creepy penis.
You'd have to look away because there's no missing it in this movie. It's not like necessarily you blink and you miss it. Like it's not long. It doesn't have. It's not like a long scene, but it's more or less like you can't help but notice it.
I don't want to see a creepy peen.
Anywho, all right.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's potential for where the new Robert Eggers movie to be good. I'm gonna take a couple swigs of my Bloody Mary for those 2 super chats. Appreciate the business idea, but yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Nope. Not unless she's really desperate, but not even then. I don't think Mara has integrity.
Yeah. So anyway, let me close that tab. All right. Now, I don't know how many people even knew this was happening or would necessarily be looking forward to this, because I'm not going to spoil anything about the plot. But apparently there was a Last Ronin film planned.
Yeah. I was actually excited about that because I love that story. Last Ronin is such a good story.
Yes. Like I said, it's set in the future. I'm not going to say anything if you have not read the story because it is very good and I don't want to spoil anything. But that was planned, and then now it's been canceled in favor by Paramount in favor of a new live action TMNT franchise from the Sonic the Hedgehog producer. Which at least gives me some cautious optimism, because at least those associated with Sonic the Hedgehog movies listen to the fans. Because I don't know if anybody remembers the original trailers that came out and how Sonic looked in the first movie, but he looked like nightmare fuel.
Yeah, I remember.
And they listened to people who were complaining about it, pointing out that it did not look good, and they delayed the movie and changed it. So those tied to the Sonic movies at least listened. I don't know how I feel about a new live action TMNT movie. Especially given the Michael Bay ones that we got. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, if they do not look like the Michael Bay movies, then that's already a plus, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because those turtles were terrible.
Yes, they were.
But aren't they making, or did they already make a sequel to Mutant Mayhem? Because there's already Ninja Turtles out there. Yes, they're animated, but it's the Seth Rogen ones, right? He did TMNT Mutant
Has it
Mayhem.
been official? I know there was talks about a sequel to it, but I don't remember seeing anything official to that. At least in terms of a sequel movie to Mutant Mayhem, which was shit.
I don't know. I thought they were doing something. They made a show. I know they made a show.
Yeah, I'm saying there was talks, but I don't remember seeing any definite.
I could have sworn they were going to make a sequel.
Yeah, let me see. That's real fast. Let me see.
But we have those Ninja Turtles. Those were But I would have rather have had, because it's only been what? How many years? 2 years? We had the Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem. So we had new Ninja Turtles, or new.
Okay. Nothing definite has come out, but it says, according to this, it's still happening despite the new live action reboot being planned or announced.
Okay.
It's not been canceled or pushed aside. It's still in development with the same creative team, and it's locked right now for a September 2027 release.
Okay. So because we have those turtles. We have the Mutant Mayhem, we had the show. I think they had a mini movie or something like that as well. I would have rather have had The Last Ronin, because it's something different. Right? Than another live action adaptation of the Ninja Turtles. Which is a new retelling, a different retelling of the same story that we've already seen, that we've already watched. Yeah, they're going to be different variations of it, because even the Michael Bay movies weren't the same as the other ones, the ones from the 90s, right? So they were still different. The origin stories were the same. They had a terrible Shredder. They had a terrible Shredder. They brought in Bebop and Rocksteady, which was cool, but they looked creepy as hell.
Yeah.
So like we could have done with a different story, which would have been The Last Ronin.
Yeah. It's
That would have
definitely a
been cool.
different story. It's set
That
in the
would have been dope.
future. So it's like, well past their origin. It's like established that, like these are the characters, the characters. All right. So here's another story with them set in the future. To even include Casey, April, and other characters. I'm not going to mention anything because if you have not read the story, I'm not going to mention the other characters because it will kind of spoil some things.
It's so different,
but
and
like
yeah,
it's
Trey,
characters
it is
but
a
it's
lot.
different.
It's so different, and yes, it is much darker.
Yeah,
it would have probably have been an R-rated thing, and that's why I think that they're doing away with that and doing a regular Ninja Turtle movie because they want to bring in the family dollars, right? They want that. If you're doing a rated R movie, they don't trust that enough adult audiences will come and see it because it's rated R, or that parents will take their kids because you have to be with a parent in order to see the rated R movies, even though nobody ever fucking checks that.
The one time it did when my brother and his friends were trying to see a movie, I actually had to drive to the fucking movie theater and show my ID and say, give permission, let them in. Because my parents were busy. I had to show my ID to show that I was like, what my age was. I could give them permission and like, let them in.
Yeah.
I'm not driving them back home. Let them see the movie. Like, we know they're seeing this.
It should really trust people to show up. It could be cool. It could have been awesome. The story is amazing. Like, just trust. The Joker did well. Joker did $1 billion, right? And that was rated R. Deadpool made a lot of money. Rated R.
There's one overarching story arc for The Last Ronin, but there's like flashbacks and stuff that happen. So there's like kind of other stories that happen, but there's one overarching story. So hey,
I don't know. I just think that it's something new, something different, something that we haven't seen before, especially in live action. It could have been done well.
Oh yeah, even if it was like again,
well. It shouldn't have been shelved.
They just don't have enough trust in the American audience, basically. Because I think if granted, I don't think too many people know about the Last Ronin comic book, but at the same time, you get them engaged with the animation style, with the trailers, with hey, it's gonna be maybe not exactly be rated R, but pushing rated R. So it's going to at least there's enough in there for all audiences to be able to see it. They could have done it.
Yeah,
they easily could have done it because hey, Demon Slayer was kicking ass at the box office. That's an anime movie. Chainsaw Man kicked ass at the box office. That's an anime movie. So it's not like adults aren't willing to go see animated films. As long as it looks good. And they just don't have that faith. They want to play it safe. Well, I know that. I'm saying they don't have faith in the audience, basically. So they want to play it safe, and they want to play with what they know. And they know basically, hey, let's just do another little origin type thing with the turtles. Again, even though we've seen it multiple times. Well, you don't exactly have to extensively go into TMNT lore, but you might want to at least do a little research because I don't think you could. I think you could read The Last Ronin and be entertained, but you'll be lost with the characters. Like, what's the relationship with other certain other characters and why certain and other relationships basically. So you'll kind of be lost if you were just read The Last Ronin because of how far into the future it's set. I would say at least watch the first live action TMNT movie from 1990. That'll give you a good, decent origin story and perspective on the different personalities of the characters, as well as their relationships with other characters. I would say at least do that. If you're not going to invest in the extensively the comics or anything, at least watch the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I I know. I think it could work as a movie. It doesn't. I would not accept it if it was straight PG-13. If it was like PG-13 but pushing R, like right at the cusp of going from PG-13 to R, I would accept it because there's certain things that happen in the story where it's like you can't exactly avoid that as part of the story, and it does get dark. It does get things like that. So I don't think you could. I'm just worried if they go PG-13, it won't feel like the Last Ronin story. So I'm saying you might want to watch it again before you read The Last Ronin, because if you don't really remember it, like I say, if you read The Last Ronin, you're not going to be like, okay, why is this character important to the Turtles? Why are they worried about this character, or why are they concerned about this character, or certain things happening? I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
But that's it. So like I said, I agree with Steph that they're playing it safe. They're definitely playing it safe. Oh yeah, definitely. I always every time I watch anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles related, I always get hungry for pizza. It always looks so good. Okay, one last article I have is all right. Now, I'm not saying I'm looking forward to this movie. I don't think this remake needs to happen, but the Sleepaway Camp script remake is done. It is complete. Robert Hilsix is the original writer of the first Sleepaway Camp, which is the only thing that gives me any type of cautious optimism. I don't know. We'll see. But Last Ronin definitely is darker. It's a darker story. If you watch the original movies, 1, 2, and 3, that's it. If you watch the original movies, you don't that's all I watched. That's all you need to watch. There's an ending to Sleepaway Camp that I'm wondering how they're going to handle with this remake. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what Sleepaway Camp is. What is that?
It's a slasher movie set in one of those summer camps. And that's pretty much the premise of the movie. I don't remember if you even see necessarily the kills. It's not really. I don't remember it being graphic at all. At least I don't remember the first one being graphic. It's the ending though that sticks with you. And there's a reason.
Soul Assassin says it's a family film.
No. I mean, well, it says Sleepaway. It's at a summer camp.
When was it made?
I know it's the 1980s. It's
okay.
1983.
Oh, okay.
So it's 42 years. Yeah, 42 years now. The kills aren't that graphic, so it's not like it's gory or anything like that. Some of them, I don't think you really even see much of what's happening. Like I said, the ending is what connected to a lot with a lot of people.
Why? What happens at the end? The movie is like 40 years old.
It's a big twist.
Okay.
It's a big twist. I told you to watch the end a while ago, and you've forgotten.
I did. I don't even remember this movie. I don't even remember talking about it.
Yeah, I talked about a while ago when the remake.
You told me to watch the ending. Nothing. I remember nothing.
How about this? When we're done here, I'll share. When we're done and the stream is done, I'll share.
Just tell me.
Well, would you let me finish, woman?
Okay.
I'll tell you. All right. I don't want to say it on stream because it's a big twist, and if anybody has not watched it, I don't want to spoil it because the
movie is 40 years old.
It's a really unnerving, awesome twist. It's a twist.
Trash Talk says no, I want to watch it. Dang it.
I'm saying I'll tell you off stream. All right.
Ugh.
Actually, no, I'll show it to you. I want that indelible in your brain. All right.
You
Why?
just don't get it, Steph. What? I just want to know the ending.
She makes me do this. Like I watched
not
like,
going-
the weapons movie, and she was like 21, like like playing 21 questions with me. Is it this? 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 Is it this?
Because I'm not going to. Oh wait, was
I'm-
this the one where it's like a witch?
No. And sleepaway camp, no.
Oh.
And I'm going to show it to her, Devil. I'm not going to show it on stream, but I'm going to show it to her. No, like, she's going to learn. She will never forget it.
Ugh. Is it a
You will
scary
never-
twist? Because is it a scary twist? Because Soul just put the twist in the chat.
It's not a scary twist. I'll show you. I'll show you the ending.
I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it right now. You don't have to show me shit. I'm gonna watch it.
Go ahead. I want to see your
Mhm.
reaction. Watch it right now. Go ahead. I want to see your reactions. Ending the
I'm gonna watch
sleepaway
it.
camp. Go
I'm
ahead.
watching
Do it.
I'm watching. It's an hour long.
Just watch the end. You don't need to watch the movie. Just watch the end.
Well, where do I start?
Oh my god. Hold on. I'll tell you. Let me just bring the movie up on my end. Go to an hour and 20 minutes, like roughly an hour and 20 minutes and 30 seconds or so, or around an hour and 20 minutes and 40 seconds.
Hour 20, 40. Okay.
Yeah.
20.
I want to see this live reaction play out. And then play it. She's watching it, Anthony. She's
You said an
playing it.
hour 20, 40?
An hour and 20 minutes and 40 seconds, roughly.
All right.
All right? It's near the end of the movie.
Ew, she's got pee pee. Ew, what is that?
That's the twist. Get that screenshots, people. That is her
Ew.
watching the end of Sleepaway Camp.
Ew.
I told you
Get it. Why is it like that?
it sticks with you. There's a reason. There's a reason why it's like that, but it sticks with you.
I don't like this. You bitch.
But that ending is why I'm like wondering how they're gonna handle a modern remake because of why
Ew.
she's like that.
You bitch. You couldn't just tell me.
I was going to do it off stream, but then hey, chat, you are my witnesses. You were like, I'm looking it up right now. I'm like, okay, fine, go ahead.
Because you wouldn't tell me. You
Because I
could've
didn't
now
want to spoil it
seared
for
into my
anything.
brain.
I didn't want to spoil it for anyone in the chat who has not seen it because that ending is a twist.
Now
was
it's
ready to tell
seared
you.
into my brain. That was one of the creepiest things that I have ever seen in my life.
Chat, you are my witnesses. You are my
Ugh,
witnesses.
ugh.
I was ready to tell her off screen. I was ready to tell her off screen, and she said,
I don't
and I
like
quote, I'm
it.
looking at it right now. That's on you. I'm a bitch. I'll admit that, but that's on you. You
That's one
chose
of the
to do it.
creepiest things I've ever seen.
That's the twist.
That's like a sleep paralysis demon. And then the like the open mouth, the not moving, frozen. Ooh, I don't like any of that. This is why I don't watch those kinds of movies. You bitch. Could you just tell me?
I told you. I tried warning you. It's going to stick with
No,
you.
you warned, but you could have just told me.
Again,
What
I don't.
happened?
Am I speaking Klingon, chat? Am I speaking Klingon? Because I did say that I would tell her off stream. I just wasn't going to say it on stream. But I was
I'm
going to
an
tell her off stream.
impatient person. You know this.
You couldn't wait 10 minutes. I'm just saying, 10 freaking minutes. And you would have found out. But because of your impatience, you looked it up on your own. That's on you. Anyway. But now Steph knows the reason why I'm like wondering how they're going to handle a modern remake.
So upsetting.
it's not. It's supposed to be unnerving.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to show her Terrifier. No, that'd be a true bitch if I made her watch Terrifier.
My brother's wife loves Terrifier.
There's really no plot to that movie. It's pretty much gore porn.
Makes me
First
wonder
movie.
about her.
There's a semblance of a plot in the second and third movies, but the first movie just nothing, just pure gore porn.
I'm like, why do you like that? It's gross. I love Terrifier.
Because I think like Art the
I
Clown,
like
really
side eyeing her now at family functions.
And now you're not going to trust me, even though I tried. Even though I was going to tell you, you just couldn't wait.
Could have just like written it in the private chat or something, but no.
No, I had to. I would have had to explain it to you because there's a little bit behind why that ending's the way it is. I would have had to tell you.
Just
You
saying.
couldn't wait.
Could have just done
Okay.
something else.
I will mute you, woman. Do you want to complain? I'll put you in timeout.
I'm so mad right now.
Let's just We're gonna end. I'm done. I'm done with the stream anyway. I'm done with the topics. So, but next week, it's on her channel, so she'll get to torture me. Basically.
Yeah, okay.
And also, the 7th. I don't think I'm going to be available the 7th, so you'll get to do like it twice in a row.
All right, unsupervised talk nerdy.
Unsupervised on the 7th. I'll let you know, but I don't believe I'll be available on the 7th.
Don't worry, chat. I won't ruin your night like Mara's ruined mine.
Oh, really, Miss Scrotum Filler? Miss Scrotum Filler? Have you heard of Scrotum Fillers? Let me show you.
So angry. That didn't ruin your night.
I'm pretty sure men didn't want to think about that.
Well, no.
Anyway,
so mad.
While she's coping, let everybody know where they can find you, Steph, and what you have coming up.
You can find me on my YouTube channel and on Instagram and on Twitter and on Kick.
Mm-hmm.
I might go live later on playing Battlefield. If anybody wants to join me, you can.
I'll be asleep. Otherwise, I
Mara's gonna be asleep.
Yes, I'm going to be asleep. It's 11 p.m. my time. By the time you jump on, it's going to be like early morning. So
yeah. Well, I haven't been playing Battlefield the past like few weeks. I think it's been like 3 weeks. And I've missed it. And I want to play more Battlefield. So I'll be playing Battlefield. If anybody wants to hang out.
All right.
I'll be playing that on Kick.
Okay.
And plus I need to get this image out of my brain.
Again, in my defense, I did tell you that it would stick with you.
You could have.
I was going to tell you.
Could have just told me instead of like having me look it up. No.
I can't win, chat. I really can't win. Like, you're all my witnesses, and I was saying, I'll tell you, but I'm going to do it off stream. Anyway.
You know that I'm impatient.
I know. I didn't think you were that impatient.
I'm really impatient.
Anyway, for me, chat. Monday and Wednesday will be gaming streams, most likely. Borderlands. Tuesday will be reading stream. I'll be finishing the first part of Return of the King, so I'll be finishing up that part and beginning the second part of Return of the King later on in the week. Either I'll feel like doing it on Thanksgiving Day or night, I should say, or the following or the next Friday, basically this coming Friday evening. Basically. If I don't feel like doing a reading stream Thursday and I do a gaming stream, will most likely be one of the indie games I have. So it's basically be like a chill stream, so it's not anything like too involved or anything, and I can just like hang out with you guys on Thanksgiving evening. And then no stream in the afternoon, Saturday or Sunday. I'll be watching Survivor Series for wrestling this coming Saturday, and then Talk Nerdy to Us will be on her channel next Sunday. So, on that note, have a good rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all tomorrow, where I will finally get back into playing Borderlands. Peace.
Good night.
Good night.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was close. Mara. Oh no!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
You rampant slag.